Hey guys, I'm Pineapple Brain. Today I'm going to show you how to make data save for Tier 1. So here we are going to the website replit.com and we will make our Tier 1 data save here as well as scripting in mod.io. So first we are going to create a new repo with the official language. Here we will choose Node.js. So here this one, and I will call this one mod.io data save demo. So let's create the repo. We will have the index.javascript here, and at first we will need to click here example and use this express server, and then we will need to include the database in our JavaScript. So here constant database, and we will require repos database. Afterwards, we will need to make a new database for us. So here constant db, we will make a new database, and we will need to type f.use, and here express URL encoded. So open bracket, and we will have an object extended. It is true. Here we originally have app.get, but we need post request, so we will make a post for it. Post. So we will first make this open quotation and slash here, and then we will have request and response like the bottom, and we will make like something like this. Our data saving system should make sure only your game and the repo communicates, but not other games or somebody else. So we should make a key for it by pressing here secrets. So we will make a key, and here the value is just like password, so make sure you make it stronger. So we should make it stronger. So I will make something like this, and we could save the key, and the key will appear here. So this is constant my secret. We need to add this here. So we can press the insert button and it will go here. So as we are going to make JSON object to send to this repo in mod.io later, so we are going to script this side first. First we are going to type if request dot body dot key. We check the key. If it is equal to the my secret, so the secret key that we have, we will post the communication, or else we don't. We can make a console log for us to test. This is a successful entry. So we do switch the request dot body dot event, and in case it is request data, we will do here. We could insert the database db.get a key value, so we insert this one and we make it position here. So we need to change the key into request.body.player name, and then the value we would have change it to data, or you could keep data. So data, we would let response, and if data exists, the response we will make a value for it, json.stringify, and here we will have the first part of, we will make an array. So we request.body.player name and the data, or else we will tell them no data. So here change this one into a string, no data. We will send the response.send to send something. We will send an object. So here response. After the case, we will make a break here. So we have already finished the first case, which is request data. Now we are going to the second case save data. So we will need to set a key to a value. So insert this one and we will make it tidy. So insert, so remove the key, request.body.player name and change the value, request.body.player data, and then we will send the response. So response.send, and here still object, and the response would be telling our game that we already saved the data. So we can just make something like data saved for, so for who we could plus the request.body.player name. After we send the response, here we will make a break. The final case, we will save everyone's data. So it is for regular save. So we will save all data. So here we will let data be request.body.data, and then if data, which means your game still have people, we will let names, and we will make a for loop for let I equals to 0, I smaller than data dot length I plus, and then names plus equal to data I dot player name plus a space, and we will save them into the database, so db.set. So we will change the key, change it to data I.player. So we will copy and paste, and then data I.player data, and we do nothing afterwards. So remove the then here. After the for loop, we will make a response to the server, response.send. We'll send an object, so it is similar. we can copy this one to here, but changing data save for, we will save for names. Afterwards, after this case, we need to break. So break, and here, just in case it's success, we will have these kind of activities here. But if it is not, which means the key doesn't match, we need else. We will send response to people. Response.send, and the response will be error, key incorrect, and this is an object, so don't forget to make the big bracket here. So we will have response.send. So we have console successful entry, and we can console unsuccessful entry. And it is nearly finished. We can change this one into other things. So here we can display all data when you enter the Replit website. What we can do is database get all. So we get all of them, and then we will do action. So here we will need to type data here and response dot send the data, and we can check it out. So we can run it, and you should have something to initialize here. Let's move on to mod.io. So we are back to mod.io and go to the script here. So first create a new script, and it would call regular save. Then move back to initialize. We will first run regular save here. So run script regular save, and then we can copy these and set timeout. We will set for my game, I said is lifespan to 1 hour, so I want it save all people's data 2 seconds before the server shut down. So here I will manually input this one, and we will paste this here. If you want a longer lifespan, and finally when before the server shut down and save, you will need to change this. Let's move on to player join. Here we will make an action to check if the player is logged in. If the player is logged in, so here find player is logged in, and the triggering player is logged in is true. So we will have more interaction with player. We would have update overlay, update the center text, let change data for you. For triggering player, and hide it after a few seconds. So we will need to make several global variables first before we do all kinds of things. The first one is I, it is for loop, and the second one is key, which is the secret key that we have in our repo. So we will be string. So my key is this one. Third one is post. It is also a string. Fourth one is response, and it is a string, and you need to type this one here. The final one is waiting list. So it is also string, and you also need to type this one here. Afterwards, we move back to the script, and we will need to set variable. So set the post to be a concatenate. So the first concat text A, we will type like this: key, double quotation key, and we will type something like this. You should have exactly the same here. And the second one, value, we will make another concat, and the value will be key. Send the key to the server. So the value here, click it, another concatenate, close the quote and make a comma and open a quote again, which is about event. You should type exactly the same here. Event is request data. We will send the request data event, also the player name. So comma, open again, player name, close it and open again. So another concat, we have just open, so we would need the player name. So name of triggering player. So don't forget to close it, double quotation, close bracket, the big one. Okay. So you will get something like this. So click OK and move on. Here we are going to send post requests. Send our post to your link. So this one is mine. And save response to response. And then add this player into waiting list. So we would set variable waiting list as insert element to JSON array. So insert name, player's name, triggering player into waiting list. Or else, if they are not logged in, we should not let them wait for a few seconds. We may tell them we are building data for them, but actually we don't. Building data for you. So actually, the post request will get the response by 1 second. So we just need to set timeout. Wait for 1000. So 1 second. We will assign the player as well as these things. And create a new action here if they are logged in. So if triggering player is logged in, which is true, if they are logged in, we see the name if it is in the response. So if here string, if get element of the JSON array index 0 of the response is player's name. So we have triggering player's name and then OK here, and we check if it has data. So another if condition with string comparison. If the get JSON array element at index 1 of the response, if it is not equal to no data, we will load data from them to them. Load player data from the get JSON array element at index 1 of the response and apply it to triggering player. And then we can send chat message to them to say that we already fetched the data for them. So data load. Alternatively, if they don't have data, we can send them no data found. So for success data save request, we will remove them from the waiting list. So we can for loop. So for I from 0 to the calculation, which change to the minus, we have the length of the array, length of waiting list minus 1. So we will see if the name is the same and we will remove it. So if the string comparison, so get JSON array element at index I of the waiting list. If it is equals to the name of the player, which is triggering player, we will do something, which is remove them from the waiting list. So set variable waiting list as remove JSON array element at index I of the waiting list. So if the response index 0 is the triggering player's name, we will do something here. But if it is not, which means two people join at the same time or more, we need to queue, so we cannot handle them at the same moment. What we would do is to kick them out and let them rejoin. So we can tell them we cannot fetch their data first. So we will update overlay text show center failed to fetch data or triggering player and hide it after 3 seconds. But we will set a timeout and kick them, so they see the menu page and join again. Set timeout, wait for 1.2 seconds. We will show menu for them, so show menu and select current connect server for them, and then kick them. So that's it for the player join script, and we now move on to player leave. So here we will make to check if they are logged in. So here logged in, if the triggering player is logged in, we will send post request to save their data. So if the string contains string, if the waiting list global variable contains name of triggering player, which means they are loading data and they left, we will not save their data, or else they lost every data they have. They lost all data they have. So here we will have something like this, but here we will change it to false. Here let's copy this one. So we will copy the set variable post and we will add it here. So before we end, we need to click here, copy this and paste it into, not placing into here, but put a double quotation to close it, comma, and we will have player data, close it and open it again. And here we would have another concat, replace value in string, replace double quotation in, so get the player data of triggering unit with, so we would escape it by this one. And finally we close this. But here we will change the event to save data. So here we will change request to save. And you will get something like this. So let's click OK. And then we will send post request to our repo. So here we can directly copy this one and paste it here. Finally, we do regular save. We can copy here and paste it here. But this time we will have the event save all data. Save all data, but not player name. We will need data. Actually, we can directly copy this one and go out the concat here and change it like this. So we just need these things, and we need to set variable I as 0. And then for loop every player, for all player in the all human player, and check if they are logged in. If selected player is logged in, and here if I equals to 0, number comparison, if I equals to 0, we will set variable post as concatenate. The first one is post, the second one we will another concatenate commands by player name, and we will have something like this, and value concatenate name of selected player. And then close it, comma, open again, player data. But it seems that we still need to type something, so we need to copy this one, make another concat, paste it in text A. So we would have to open it again, player data, open quotation, value, concat, and we will replace value, replace double quotation in get player data from selected unit with escape the double quotation by the backslash, and then we need to close it and then close our object. So actually this one is an object, JSON object. And now click OK and save it. We will copy it and paste it here, but change the first one post into concat and press post in the text A. The text B here will make a comma here. So you would have something like this. No matter I is 0 or not 0, we will increase the value of I by 1. Increase I by 1. And finally, we can copy this one. And after looping players, we need to close our object. So we need to close our array. We will have to close it here, close the array, and close the object. And then we send post request to our repo. So copy it and paste. Because it is regular save, so we need to set timeout to recursion. Repeat this script. So every 15 minutes it will have regular save. I set it. It will run regular save script. Run script regular save. That's all we need to do. Let's try to publish it. We are in the game and it says fetching data for me, and it initially said that we don't have any data. So let's bring some points and rejoin and see if we get the point back. So point 13. So remember this and rejoin. So it fetched data and my data is back. It is 13 and we successfully make that when player leave, it saves the data. So now I made a key for the regular save test. So I bring more points now. So let's stop at 44 and we will click the space to execute the script regular save and rejoin. And here we get back our point as well. So all of the script we doesn't have bug and it successfully give us back the attribute, and that means our data is saved in the database. As you can see here, the storage used is 0.68 kilobytes and it stored 2 keys, which is me and my alternative account, and we successfully made this out after the long scripts. So that's all we can do to make tier 1 save our data. And that's all of today's video. If you like it, don't forget to share and subscribe my YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.